Sometimes in life, just one small mistake, one unexpected moment can change everything. This is the story of Hina, a simple girl who attended a wedding as a guest, but a tiny mistake placed her on a journey that would change her destiny forever. Scene: beautifully decorated wedding hall. Guests are being seated. A staff member walks up to a table with a seating arrangement. She checks the list and starts calling out names. Staff member: Mr. Roy, where are you, sir? Mr. Roy, please come over here. Yes, ma'am, this is your seat. A pretty young woman named Hina hesitates, but she follows the staff member and sits down. Everyone at the wedding notices that she has been seated right next to the bride's chair. Scene: close up on the wedding seating chart. The seat next to the bride is marked VIP, indicating it's reserved for the bride's closest family member. A mistake has occurred because Hina, a mere acquaintance of the bride's family, is seated in the place of honor. That seat was supposed to be for the bride's closest family member to escort her down the aisle. But due to a mix-up in the guest list, Hina ended up there instead. Scene: Hina is looking at the bride nervously as the ceremony begins. She feels uncomfortable in the spotlight, unsure of why she was placed in such an important position. Suddenly, a well-dressed gentleman approaches and smiles at her. Hina recognizes him. It's Rajiv Oberoi, a famous millionaire businessman and the groom's close friend. He is considered a bachelor because he is never married despite his wealth and numerous proposals from parents eager to have him marry their daughter. Hina and Rajiv have met before through mutual friends, and there was a spark between them, but the timing was never right. Scene: Rajiv sits down next to Hina. He looks at her and winks playfully. Businessman, looks like destiny wanted us to sit together today. Hina laughs nervously, still feeling self-conscious about the situation. Hina, this must be a mistake. I only came here to meet an old friend. Businessman, if it's a mistake, then it's the most interesting mistake I've seen. And with that, the conversation began. They talked for hours, catching up and discovering new things about each other. Scene montage: Hina and Rajiv laughing, talking deeply and completely unaware of time passing. Their conversation flows easily, moving from light-hearted jokes to deeper, more meaningful topics. As they spoke, they realized they shared the same dreams, the same values, the same passion for life. It felt as if they had known each other for years. The wedding ceremony ended and the guests began to leave, but neither Hina nor Rajiv noticed. They were too engrossed in their conversation. Scene: close up on the wedding seating chart with the word mistake written next to Hina's name. Someone has realized the error in the seating arrangement, closing parenthesis. Finally, when everyone had left, Rajiv stood up. He extended his hand to Hina, a sheepish grin on his face. Businessman, well, if this really was a mistake, then it's the most beautiful mistake of my life. Hina blushed, realizing how fortunate she was to have met Rajiv again. She couldn't help but wonder if this mistake was actually fate's way of bringing them together. From that day forward, their meetings grew more frequent. At first, it was just casual coffee dates. But as weeks turned into months, their friendship deepened and they began to feel something more. One rainy afternoon, while sipping hot chocolate in a cozy cafe, Reggie finally confessed his feelings for Hina. Scene: a comfortable cafe. Light rain falls outside, creating a cozy atmosphere. Rajiv looks into Hina's eyes and speaks from the heart. Businessman, Hina, from the moment I saw you at that wedding, I knew there was something special between us. I've tried to ignore it, to convince myself it was just a fleeting feeling. But the truth is, I can't stop thinking about you. You're not just a beautiful and intelligent woman. You're also kind, compassionate, and funny. I can't imagine my life without you now. So, will you do me the incredible honor of becoming my wife? Hina was taken aback by Rajiv's proposal. She had developed strong feelings for him, but she wasn't sure if she was ready for marriage. Scene. Hina looks into Rajiv's hopeful eyes, her expression uncertain. She loves him, but she needs time to process her feelings and make sure she's ready for this commitment. Hina. Rajiv. I love you and I know I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I need some time to let everything sink in. Can you give me a week to decide? Rajiv understood Hina's hesitation. He didn't want to pressure her into a decision. Love and trust were the foundations of their relationship, and he was willing to wait as long as necessary. Scene. Rajiv nods understandingly. He cups Hina's face in his hands and kisses her forehead tenderly. Businessman. Of course, Hina. Take all the time you need. My love for you is patient and it's forever. A week later, Hina found herself standing on the balcony of her apartment overlooking the city. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink. In her hand was a small velvet box containing the beautiful ring Rajiv had given her. As she looked at the ring, she thought back to the past week. She had carefully considered her feelings and had come to a clear realization. Scene. Flashback montage of Hina and Rajiv spending time together, sharing intimate moments and deepening their connection. The scenes emphasized their love and compatibility. Hina smiled as she remembered the wonderful times she had spent with Rajiv. Their shared laughter, deep conversations, and the undeniable chemistry between them echoed in her mind. She had never felt this way about anyone else. Rajiv had shown her what true love and companionship meant. Scene. Hina opens the velvet box and takes out the ring, twirling it between her fingers. Her decision is made. With a newfound determination, Hina walked towards her phone to call Rajiv. As she dialed his number, her heart raced with excitement. When his voice answered, she knew she had found the love of her life and couldn't wait to share her decision with him. Scene. Rajiv answers the phone and hears Hina's voice. His heart skips a beat with anticipation. Businessman. Hello, Hina. How are you? Hina took a deep breath and spoke with a trembling voice. Hina. Rajiv, I've thought about our engagement a lot over the past week, and I wanted to tell you that I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? The line went silent except for the sound of birds chirping. Then a loud crash followed by excited shouting was heard in the background. Rajiv's family was celebrating in the background. Rajiv's mother was heard exclaiming, "I told you he would say yes." Rajiv came back on the phone, his voice filled with joy and disbelief. Businessman. Hina, this is the happiest moment of my life. I love you. I can't wait to marry you. As the weeks passed, preparations for the wedding were in full swing. Both Hina and Rajiv were busy with the endless details, from choosing the perfect venue to meeting with vendors. But amidst the chaos, their love for each other only grew stronger. Scene. Hina and Rajiv are standing side by side looking at wedding plans. They are both smiling, excited, and a bit overwhelmed. Hina. I can't believe we're actually getting married. It feels like a dream. Rajiv puts his arm around Hina's shoulder reassuringly. Businessman. It's going to be the best day ever. And I'm so glad I get to spend it with you. The wedding day finally arrived. The ceremony was held in a beautiful garden with lush greenery and vibrant flowers surrounding the couple. As Hina walked down the aisle towards Rajiv, she felt a mix of emotions, happiness, excitement, and a touch of nervousness. But when their eyes met, all those feelings vanished and there was only love left. Scene. Hina and Rajiv exchange vows in a beautiful garden surrounded by their loved ones. Their eyes are locked, promising a lifetime of love and commitment. After the idos were exchanged and the ceremony was complete, the celebration began. Guests danced and celebrated under the starry sky. The newlyweds, Hina and Rajiv, couldn't help but steal glances at each other, lost in the moment. Scene. The reception is in full swing. Couples are dancing, laughing, and celebrating. Hina and Rajiv join in, twirling and dipping to romantic music. Their joy is evident as they share a dance floor under the twinkling lights. As the night drew to a close, Hina and Rajiv stood on the balcony of their hotel suite overlooking the city. The soft glow of the moon illuminated their smiling faces. The events of the past few days, from the mistaken seating arrangement at the wedding to their whirlwind romance, culminated in this moment of pure happiness. Scene: Hina and Rajiv are on a balcony overlooking the city. They are hugging, reminiscing about the journey that brought them together. Businessman, who would have thought that a mistake would lead us to this moment? I can't believe I almost missed out on meeting you. Hina leaned against Rajiv, her head resting on his shoulder. Me neither, but mistakes sometimes lead to the most beautiful outcomes. And I'm so grateful for ours. Sometimes life's little mistakes create the most beautiful stories. Just like Hina's, maybe one mistake in your life is waiting to change everything. The end.